All right, Pops, we've heard an awful lot about Mogmog Island and how that was an area where the seamen used to go as a retreat. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, we used to go there mostly to go to Mass and to pray. But after that was done, that took an hour. And after that, it was, okay, you were on your own. And what they did is the ship would empty out all the cells which were full of beer. Warm beer, not ice, nothing was on ice. And they would send that in by boat to the island. And they wouldn't hold back either. And all the Marines would get off the ship. It's hard to believe that they would go to this much trouble for Pabst Blue Ribbon, you know? They get off the ship and spend the whole day drinking beer and playing softball. Once in a while, it'd be a little riff-raff, you know?
A fight?
Once a boxing match.
Uh-huh.
They had elimination type, you know? I don't remember any boxing gloves, so I don't know how they could do all this. But I think the beer had a lot to do with it. You know, that,
if you ran out of beer, could you buy somebody else?
Oh, no, you didn't run out of beer. If you ran out of beer, you would send an SOS back to the ship and tell them that we're getting low. And if the smell didn't drive you back to the ship, if you could stand the smell, you could continue drinking beer till, I think, they shut the valves off around 5 o'clock at night. I don't recall how they got the food into the island, but there must have been food, but I can't remember a single drop of food on Mogmog.
Did you ever participate in the beer drinking?
Oh, no. I wasn't old enough. I was only 17, I think.
How did you get into
18.
How did you get into the service at 17? Did you fib on your?
No, you could join the service at 17.
You could?
Yeah.
Did they give you permission?
No, once you turn 17, you could just sign up.
Your mother had a sign.
Maybe she did. I don't remember that part. But I know I went in my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What made you want to go?
Well, I thought, they ain't doing so good over there. Somebody has to do something. So I went over to Newark, and I told the guy, I said, look, I got a plan. And he says, yeah, let's hear it, you know? So I told him my plan. He says, boy, that sounds good. He says, we're going to send you to Sampson, New York, and you tell the guys up there your plan. And I says, oh, that sounds just right. And then I went up there, and they says, well, wait till you, before you tell us, wait till you finish your boot camp, and then tell us your plan, how to win the war, you know? So I said, okay, that's fair enough. And then I went to, I think 5 weeks of boot camp. I'm pretty sure it was 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
That's my phone. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
5 weeks of boot camp?
Yeah.
Was it easy? Hard?
Boot camp?
Yeah.
I don't think it was as hard as I like, but going into it, you were so scared that, you know, you didn't know what to expect. All you knew is that you're going to be like ridiculed to death and maybe beat down a few times. But I wasn't too scared of that because I'd done a lot of boxing before I got there.
Yeah.
I was worried about the sissies, you know, the guys that couldn't box.
Yeah. Did you make friends in boot camp?
Oh yeah, you made friends. Sure you did, because There's a guy sleeping on top of you, a guy underneath, and one to the left and one to the right.
Oh.
And you know, first thing you ask, what's your name? And that starts the friendship, you know.
Did you join alone, or did any of your other brothers join too?
Join what?
The Navy.
Oh no, an awful lot of.
Did Uncle Ray or Uncle Eddie join?
I think, I'm not sure about. Ray wasn't in the service, but Uncle Eddie was he told me, he says, I'm a naval hero. And I says, well, how come? They sent him to college in Iowa State College. What they taught him, I have no idea, because in high school he didn't do good. So I figure when a professor gets a hold of him in Iowa State College, that you know, he'll straighten the college out, which he told me he did. He straightened them out. Yeah.
Good.
The professors. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, is there anything else you want to say? Were there any other highlights in your Navy career that we missed? Like the best thing that ever happened?
Did they entertain you when you came back from a tour?
Well, you know what? The first entertainment we got was in boot camp. And I think Bob Hope was one of the guys that he was the main entertainer. But in boot camp, they would, maybe on a weekend, they would have an hour or two show, and a couple thousand guys would go over to the drill field and sit down on the ground, I think, and these people would be on a homemade stage, and they put on shows for you, dancing shows and all kind, comedians. Like I said, Bob Hope.
Who was the guy that opened his house to you and let you swim in? He was an actor.
Oh, a guy by the name of Jimmy Gleason. You would have to go back. He was a movie star in the 40s, and I guess, I think I was in a place called Shoemaker, California. It was a camp where they took guys in and they placed them on a ship, and then he shipped out, and it was like a reception center, but there was thousands of Navy guys there. I don't know what else, if there was Marines too, but they used to have shows that during the daytime, mostly in the daytime. I don't remember any night shows, and Bob Hope entertained us there, along with other. They have 10 glamour lovelies with them, you know, helping him across the stage. He didn't need no help, but they helped him. And I remember being entertained by him. And there are probably other guys that should be getting credit that I can't remember their names, like Jimmy Gleason, and I remember him. Jimmy Gleason, I went to his house. That's where... if you went to the USO in California, they would say, we need 10 guys to go here and 3 guys to go there, and they would say, you, and you'd have to volunteer to go. And they would send you to somebody's house, and at that time, Jimmy Gleason was a comedy star. I wouldn't say as good as Bob Hope, but he was right up there. He would be like on a matinee, he'd be the third name down. And he invited us to his house, and you went to his house, and he sat around a table. You could have, drinks or soda, and then you would have a dinner and food, whatever type you liked, or whatever yours favorites, and you would sit around for the day until you talked out, and you wanted to go back to the USO where